What if I told you the gods never left?
The year is 1965. The skies above Vietnam roar with the din of war. James Stockdale, a young American pilot, finds himself hurtling towards the Earth, his aircraft crippled by enemy fire. Ejecting into the chaos, he lands in enemy territory, his body battered, his future uncertain. This was no ordinary capture. Stockdale would spend the next 7 years in a Vietnamese prison camp, enduring torture and deprivation. Yet Stockdale's spirit refused to break. He clung fiercely to life, his resilience fueled by an ancient philosophy, a system of thought that whispered strength into the darkest corners of his mind. This philosophy was Stoicism, a school of thought born in the bustling marketplaces of ancient Athens, far removed from the horrors of Stockdale's reality. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-control, virtue, and acceptance of fate, became Stockdale's lifeline, his solace in the face of unimaginable suffering. He would later credit Stoicism for his survival, a testament to the philosophy's enduring power, its ability to fortify the human spirit against even the most brutal storms of life. Stockdale's story, a testament to the power of the human spirit, serves as a powerful entry point into the world of Stoicism. His experience, though extreme, resonates with the struggles we all face in our daily lives. The anxieties, the setbacks, the uncertainties that plague our modern world find an unexpected antidote in the teachings of a philosophy that has endured for centuries. Stoicism emerged in the 3rd century BC, founded by Zeno of Citium, a Phoenician merchant who lost everything in a shipwreck. This event, a stark reminder of life's capricious nature, led Zeno to develop Stoicism, a philosophy that taught acceptance of what we cannot control and a focus on what we can, our thoughts, our reactions, and our chosen path. Stoicism, however, is not a philosophy of passive resignation. It is a call to action, a call to live in accordance with nature, embracing virtue as the sole good, and recognizing that true happiness lies not in external circumstances, but in our own internal state. The teachings of early Stoics like Zeno were further developed by a succession of remarkable figures, each leaving their indelible mark on the philosophy. Seneca, the Roman statesman and playwright, explored themes of anger, virtue, and the brevity of life, providing practical guidance on navigating the complexities of human existence. Epictetus, a former slave who rose to prominence as a Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of focusing on what is within our control, stressing that true freedom lies in mastering our thoughts and desires. And then, there was Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, who, amidst the chaos of ruling a vast empire, found solace and guidance in Stoic principles. His personal reflections, documented in his meditations, offer profound insights into the Stoic mindset, reminding us that even in positions of great power, true peace is found within. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-mastery, resilience, and living a virtuous life, may seem at odds with our modern world, a world often characterized by its relentless pursuit of material success and external validation. Yet paradoxically, it is precisely in this environment that Stoicism finds renewed relevance. In a world saturated with information, driven by constant connectivity, and plagued by anxieties both old and new, Stoicism offers a sanctuary, a framework for navigating the complexities of 21st century life with resilience, purpose, and a sense of inner peace. The story of Stoicism, like many enduring philosophies, begins not in a hallowed hall of learning, but amidst the unpredictable chaos of the natural world. Zeno of Citium, a wealthy merchant plying his trade across the Mediterranean, found his life irrevocably altered by a shipwreck off the coast of Athens. Tossed about by the unforgiving sea, clinging to wreckage as his worldly possessions vanished beneath the waves, Zeno experienced firsthand the fleeting nature of fortune and the fragility of human endeavor. Yet from the depths of this misfortune, a profound realization emerged. Washed ashore, stripped of his wealth and possessions, Zeno found himself strangely liberated. He recognized that true loss lay not in the disappearance of material goods, but in the clinging, the attachment to those things that were ultimately beyond his control. This epiphany marked the genesis of Stoicism, a philosophy that would resonate through the ages, offering solace and guidance to emperors and slaves alike. This wasn't a philosophy born in ivory towers, but forged in the crucible of real-world experience, tempered by the harsh realities of life at sea and the unpredictable hand of fate. This shipwreck, a seemingly catastrophic event in Zeno's life, became the unlikely catalyst for a profound philosophical journey. Drawn to Athens, the intellectual hub of the ancient world, Zeno sought answers to the questions that now consumed him. What is the nature of virtue? How does one live a good life, even amidst chaos and uncertainty? His search led him to the teachings of various philosophical schools, from the Cynics, who espoused a life of simplicity and detachment, to the teachings of Socrates, whose emphasis on self-knowledge and virtue deeply resonated with Zeno's own emerging beliefs. Zeno's inquisitive mind absorbed these diverse influences, synthesizing them into a unique philosophical framework that would come to be known as Stoicism. He began to teach, not in the grand tradition of established schools, but informally, gathering students in the open air, beneath the shade of a colonnade known as the Stoa Poikile, the painted porch. It was here, amidst the bustle of Athenian life, that Stoicism took root, its teachings gradually spreading outwards, attracting followers from all walks of life. The Stoa Poikile, with its vibrant murals depicting scenes from Greek history and mythology, provided a fitting backdrop for Zeno's teachings. It was a place where Athenians from all walks of life congregated, merchants discussing the latest trade routes, politicians debating affairs of state, artists showcasing their craft. Within this bustling microcosm of Athenian society, Zeno's Stoicism offered a haven, a space for contemplation amidst the clamor of daily life. The Stoa, with its open design, symbolized the accessibility of Zeno's teachings. Unlike the exclusive philosophical schools of the time, Stoicism welcomed all, regardless of social standing or background. Slaves and emperors, merchants and soldiers, all were drawn to Zeno's message of virtue, self-control, and living in accordance with nature. The Stoa Poikile became a melting pot of ideas, a place where Zeno's teachings were challenged, debated, and refined through rigorous discourse. It was in this vibrant intellectual environment that Stoicism flourished, its core principles taking shape through ongoing dialogue and the contributions of Zeno's devoted students. Zeno's teachings, initially passed down orally, gradually found their way into written form. His students, recognizing the enduring value of Stoicism, meticulously documented his lectures and dialogues, ensuring that his wisdom would outlive him. The Stoa Poikile, though eventually destroyed, lived on in the written legacy of Zeno and his followers. Through their writings, the Stoic message of resilience, virtue, and inner peace would transcend the boundaries of time and place, reaching across centuries to influence thinkers, leaders, and ordinary individuals seeking meaning and purpose in their lives. While Zeno laid the foundation of Stoicism, it was through the contributions of later Stoics that the philosophy truly flourished and gained widespread influence. Three figures stand out as particularly influential in shaping Stoicism into a comprehensive system of ethics, logic, and physics: Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. These three, often referred to as the Stoic Trinity, hailed from diverse backgrounds and occupied vastly different stations in life. Yet, They were united by their unwavering adherence to Stoic principles, their writings providing invaluable insights into the practical application of Stoicism in the face of life's challenges. Seneca, a Roman statesman, playwright, and advisor to the Emperor Nero, grappled with the complexities of power, wealth, and the ever-present threat of political intrigue. His letters to Lucilius, a collection of personal reflections and moral guidance, explore themes of virtue, anger, and the art of living well, even amidst the turbulence of Roman politics. Seneca's writings, often infused with a sense of urgency and a keen awareness of life's brevity, provided practical advice on navigating the challenges of human relationships, dealing with grief and loss, and cultivating inner peace in a world seemingly designed to disrupt it. Epictetus, born a slave in Roman Greece, embodied the transformative power of Stoicism. Through his teachings, documented by his student Arrian in the Discourses in the Enchiridion, Epictetus emphasized the importance of focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, our judgments, our reactions, and accepting with equanimity those things that lie beyond our sphere of influence. His message, rooted in his own experience of overcoming adversity, resonated powerfully with people from all walks of life, demonstrating that true freedom lay not in external circumstances, but in the mastery of one's own mind. At the heart of Stoicism lies a profound yet deceptively simple concept, the dichotomy of control. This principle, articulated by Epictetus in his Enchiridion, posits that our lives are shaped by the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. We can control our thoughts, our judgments, our reactions to external events. These internal states, the Stoics argued, are the true domain of our freedom, the arena in which we can exercise true agency. What lies outside our control, the actions of others, the ebb and flow of fortune, the unpredictable nature of life itself, is not ours to command. To fret over these externals, to allow our inner peace to be disturbed by the whims of fate, is to surrender our power, to become slaves to circumstance. The dichotomy of control is not a call to passivity, to resignation in the face of life's challenges. Rather, it is a clarion call to focus our energies, our attention, on what we can influence, our own internal landscape. By mastering our thoughts, our emotions, our reactions to the world around us, we gain a measure of control over our lives that external circumstances can never diminish. This internal focus, this cultivation of inner strength, is the essence of Stoic resilience. The dichotomy of control, though formulated centuries ago, finds remarkable resonance in the realm of modern psychology. Cognitive behavioral therapy, a widely practiced therapeutic approach, draws heavily on this Stoic principle, encouraging individuals to identify and challenge negative thought patterns and develop healthier coping mechanisms for dealing with life's inevitable challenges. The Stoics understood, centuries before the advent of modern psychology, that our thoughts have the power to shape our reality. By focusing on what we can control, by cultivating a mindset of acceptance and equanimity, we can navigate the storms of life with greater clarity, purpose, and inner peace. Life, as the Stoics well knew, is not a bed of roses. Misfortune, setbacks, and the occasional catastrophe are woven into the very fabric of human existence. To deny this reality, to live in a perpetual state of blissful ignorance, is to leave ourselves vulnerable, unprepared for the inevitable storms that life throws our way. The Stoics, ever pragmatic in their approach to life, developed a practice known as premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This, however, is not some morbid fascination with misfortune, nor is it a form of self-inflicted psychological torture. Rather, it is a deliberate and disciplined exercise in mental preparedness, a way of confronting the potential for adversity head-on, stripping it of its power to paralyze us with fear or overwhelm us with despair. By envisioning potential setbacks, By mentally rehearsing our responses to challenging situations, we rob these events of their ability to catch us off guard. We develop a mental script, a set of predetermined responses that allow us to navigate adversity with greater clarity and composure. This practice, far from being pessimistic, is ultimately an act of empowerment. It is a recognition that while we cannot control the events that befall us, we can control our reactions to them. We can choose to meet adversity with courage, with resilience, with a determination to find meaning and purpose, even in the midst of suffering. The practice of premeditatio malorum, though seemingly counterintuitive, offers a powerful antidote to the anxieties and uncertainties of modern life. By embracing the reality of adversity, by preparing ourselves mentally and emotionally for the challenges that lie ahead, we cultivate a sense of inner strength and equanimity that allows us to weather life's storms with greater resilience and grace. Perhaps the most challenging, yet ultimately liberating principle of Stoicism is the concept of Amor Fati, a love of fate. This is not a passive resignation to whatever life throws our way, but a radical embrace of the totality of our experience, the good, the bad, and everything in between. To love one's fate is to accept that everything that has happened is happening, and will happen, is an integral part of the grand tapestry of existence. It is to recognize that our lives, with all their imperfections and unforeseen twists and turns, are ultimately unfolding as they should. This is not to say that we should not strive to improve our lot in life, to work towards a better future. Rather, it is a call to relinquish our need to control every outcome, to let go of our attachment to a particular vision of how things should be. Amor Fati is about finding freedom and peace within the constraints of our circumstances, about recognizing that true happiness lies not in getting what we want, but in wanting what we get. This radical acceptance, this embrace of the totality of our experience, is the key to unlocking a profound sense of inner peace and contentment. It allows us to approach life with a sense of gratitude, curiosity, and a deep appreciation for the beauty and wonder that surrounds us, even in the midst of challenges and setbacks. Amor Fati, though a challenging concept to fully grasp, offers a profound path to liberation and fulfillment. It is a reminder that life, in all its messy, unpredictable glory, is a gift to be cherished, not a problem to be solved. By embracing our fate, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities, finding joy and meaning in the present moment, regardless of the circumstances we find ourselves in. For centuries, Stoicism was lauded as a philosophy of inner strength. Its teachings passed down through generations as a potent antidote to life's inevitable challenges. Yet, it is only in recent decades, with the advent of modern neuroscience, that we have begun to understand the biological underpinnings of Stoic resilience. Brain imaging studies have provided remarkable insights into how Stoic practices impact the brain, revealing a fascinating interplay between ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science. One of the key areas where Stoicism intersects with neuroscience is in the realm of emotional regulation. The amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure deep within the brain, plays a crucial role in our fear and stress responses. Stoic practices, with their emphasis on cognitive reappraisal, the ability to reinterpret challenging situations in a more positive or manageable light, have been shown to dampen amygdala activity, promoting a sense of calm and composure even in the face of adversity. This ability to regulate our emotional responses, to choose how we react to challenging situations, lies at the heart of Stoic resilience. By training our minds through practices like the dichotomy of control and premeditatio malorum, we can literally rewire our brains, strengthening the neural pathways associated with emotional regulation. Stoicism offers a compelling framework for cultivating greater well-being, purpose, and inner peace in a world that often seems determined to undermine these very qualities. While Stoicism flourished in ancient Greece and Rome, its influence can still be felt today, most notably in the field of psychotherapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, one of the most widely practiced and empirically validated therapeutic approaches, draws heavily on Stoic principles, adapting ancient wisdom to address the challenges of modern mental health. At its core, cognitive behavioral therapy is based on the premise that our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are interconnected. Negative thought patterns, often rooted in cognitive distortions, can lead to a downward spiral of negative emotions and maladaptive behaviors. Cognitive behavioral therapy aims to break this cycle by helping individuals identify and challenge these negative thoughts, replacing them with more balanced and realistic ones. Like Stoicism, cognitive behavioral therapy encourages individuals to focus on what they can control, their thoughts, their reactions, rather than getting caught up in the maelstrom of external events. Cognitive behavioral therapy therapists often draw on Stoic exercises and techniques, adapting them for use in a therapeutic setting. The enduring legacy of Stoicism in the development of cognitive behavioral therapy is a testament to the timelessness of its principles. Ancient wisdom, when combined with modern scientific insights, can offer powerful tools for enhancing mental well-being and navigating the complexities of modern life. Beyond the realm of formal therapy, Stoic practices have experienced a resurgence in recent years, embraced by individuals from all walks of life seeking greater resilience, purpose, and inner peace. This renewed interest in Stoicism coincides with a growing awareness of the importance of mental well-being and a search for practical, evidence-based strategies for managing stress, anxiety, and the challenges of modern life. Many Stoic practices, once confined to the writings of ancient philosophers, have found new life in the language of modern self-help and well-being. Mindfulness meditation, with its emphasis on present moment awareness and non-judgmental observation of thoughts, has its roots in Stoic practices like mindfulness of the breath and the dichotomy of control. Journaling, a popular tool for self-reflection and emotional processing, echoes the Stoic tradition of journaling as a means of cultivating self-awareness, examining one's thoughts and actions, and reinforcing Stoic principles. Even the Stoic practice of voluntary discomfort, once considered a rather austere and ascetic pursuit, has found modern expression in activities like cold exposure therapy and intermittent fasting. This resurgence of interest in Stoicism is not merely a nostalgic yearning for a simpler time. It is driven by a genuine need for practical wisdom, for time-tested strategies for navigating the complexities and challenges of 21st century life. Stoicism offers a compelling framework for cultivating greater well-being, purpose, and inner peace. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to become consumed by the immediacy of our problems. Deadlines loom, relationships fray, and the weight of our responsibilities presses down upon us. It's in these moments of overwhelm that the Stoic practice of the view from above offers a powerful antidote, a shift in perspective that can profoundly alter our experience of the world. This exercise, rooted in the writings of Marcus Aurelius, invites us to step outside the confines of our own limited perspective and adopt a wider, more cosmic lens through which to view our lives. Imagine yourself lifted from the clamor of the street, soaring above the rooftops, witnessing the city below shrink to a miniature tableau. As you ascend higher, encompassing countries and continents within your gaze, the boundaries that define our daily lives, the petty squabbles, the anxieties, the relentless pursuit of more, begin to dissolve. From this vantage point, the Earth itself appears as a fragile blue sphere suspended in the vastness of space. This cosmic perspective, though initially a mental exercise, has the power to profoundly alter our emotional landscape. Our problems, once all-consuming, now appear smaller, less daunting. Death, for many, is an unwelcome topic, a subject shrouded in fear and avoided at all costs. Yet, for the Stoics, contemplation of our own mortality was not a morbid fascination, but a powerful tool for living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. This practice, known as Memento Mori, remember that you will die, served as a constant reminder of life's precious and finite nature, urging them to live each day with a sense of urgency and purpose. The Stoics were not advocating for a life consumed by fear of death, but rather a life lived in full awareness of its inevitability. They understood that by acknowledging our mortality, we free ourselves from the illusion of limitless time, the tendency to postpone our dreams, to take our relationships for granted, to let life slip by in a haze of procrastination and unfulfilled potential. Memento Mori is a call to action, a reminder to seize the day, to make each moment count. This Stoic practice is not about dwelling on the macabre, but about embracing the precious gift of life. It's about asking ourselves, if I knew my time was limited, how would I choose to live? What relationships would I nurture? What dreams would I pursue? By regularly reflecting on our mortality, we gain clarity, perspective, and a renewed appreciation for the gift of each day. Life, as we all know, rarely goes according to plan. Obstacles emerge, setbacks occur, and unforeseen challenges threaten to derail even our most carefully crafted plans. It's in these moments of adversity that the Stoic mindset truly shines, offering not just solace, but a framework for transforming hardship into opportunity. Central to this approach is the Stoic belief that the obstacle is the way. Rather than viewing obstacles as insurmountable roadblocks, the Stoics saw them as opportunities for growth, resilience, and the cultivation of virtue. This is not about denying the reality of hardship or minimizing its impact. It's about adopting a mindset that allows us to find meaning and purpose, even in the midst of suffering. The Stoics understood that it is often through our struggles, our failures, our confrontations with adversity, that we discover our true strength and resilience. Obstacles, viewed through this lens, become not something to be feared or avoided, but embraced as opportunities for growth, learning, and the forging of our character. Stoicism, often misconstrued as a philosophy of emotional repression, advocating a life devoid of passion and feeling, stands in stark contrast to this caricature. The Stoics were not devoid of emotions. They were, however, masters of their emotions. They understood that emotions, while a natural part of the human experience, could easily become unruly masters, leading us astray if left unchecked. The Stoic approach to emotions was not about suppressing or denying them, but about cultivating wisdom in our relationship with them. This nuanced understanding, often lost in modern interpretations of Stoicism, lies at the heart of what it means to be a Stoic, not a stone. Central to this approach is the Stoic concept of right emotions. The Stoics believed that our emotions, far from being arbitrary or irrational, were rooted in our judgments about the world. By examining our judgments, by questioning the validity of our beliefs, we gain a measure of control over our emotional responses. We can choose to respond to life's challenges with wisdom, with courage, with a sense of perspective that prevents us from being ruled by our emotions. Another common misconception about Stoicism is that it promotes apathy, a detached indifference to the world and its concerns. This interpretation couldn't be further from the truth. The Stoics were not passive observers of life. They were active participants, deeply engaged in the world around them. They understood that true happiness lay not in withdrawing from life, but in embracing it fully, in striving to make a positive impact on the world, even in the face of challenges and setbacks. This active engagement stemmed from the Stoic belief in our interconnectedness, our shared humanity. They recognized that as social beings, our lives were inextricably interwoven with the lives of others, and that true fulfillment came from contributing to the common good. This sense of social responsibility, far from being at odds with Stoicism, was an integral part of it. The Stoics believed that our actions, however small, had the power to ripple outwards, influencing the world around us in ways we might never fully comprehend. The Stoic approach to life is not about retreating into a shell of indifference, but about stepping boldly into the arena of life, embracing its challenges and joys with courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to making a positive impact on the world. Stoicism, experiencing a resurgence in popularity in recent years, has unfortunately been subject to misinterpretations and misappropriations that distort its core teachings. One such distortion is the conflation of Stoicism with hustle culture, the relentless pursuit of productivity and achievement, often at the expense of personal well-being and meaningful connections. While Stoicism emphasizes discipline and hard work, it does so within a framework of virtue and balance. The Stoic pursuit of excellence is not about chasing external validation or accumulating wealth and status, but about striving to live in accordance with our values, to fulfill our potential as human beings. Another modern misinterpretation of Stoicism is the notion that it advocates emotional suppression, encouraging individuals to adopt a Stoic mask, concealing their emotions beneath a veneer of indifference. This interpretation, often fueled by a superficial understanding of Stoic principles, misses the nuance and depth of the Stoic approach to emotions. The Stoics, as we have seen, were not emotionless robots. They understood that emotions were an integral part of the human experience. Their focus was on cultivating wisdom in our relationship with our emotions, learning to identify and challenge unhelpful thought patterns that lead to destructive emotional responses, and choosing to respond to life's challenges with courage, compassion, and a sense of perspective. It is essential, as we navigate the complexities of modern life, to approach Stoicism with discernment, separating the timeless wisdom of its core teachings from the distortions and misinterpretations that often accompany its popularization. Stoicism, at its heart, is a philosophy of resilience, virtue, and living a meaningful life in accordance with nature. It is a philosophy that calls us to embrace our shared humanity, to cultivate wisdom in our thoughts and actions, and to strive to make a positive impact on the world, even in the face of adversity and uncertainty. By embracing these core principles, we can harness the transformative power of Stoicism to navigate the challenges of our time and live lives of greater purpose, resilience, and fulfillment. From the bustling marketplaces of ancient Athens to the battlefields of Roman emperors, from the cramped cells of Vietnamese prisons to the boardrooms of Silicon Valley, Stoicism has traversed centuries and continents, its flame passing from one generation to the next, illuminating the path through life's inevitable storms. What is it about this ancient philosophy, this system of thought forged in a world vastly different from our own, that continues to resonate so powerfully with individuals seeking wisdom, resilience, and inner peace in the face of life's complexities? Perhaps it is Stoicism's unwavering focus on what truly lies within our control, our thoughts, our reactions, our chosen path. In a world characterized by constant change, relentless information overload, and a pervasive sense of uncertainty, the Stoic message of focusing on what we can influence, of accepting with equanimity what lies beyond our grasp, offers a sanctuary, a sense of grounding amidst the turbulence of modern life. Or perhaps it is Stoicism's emphasis on virtue as the sole good, its unwavering belief that a life lived in accordance with reason, justice, courage, and temperance is a life worth living, regardless of external circumstances. In a world often driven by the pursuit of material wealth, status, and fleeting pleasures, Stoicism's focus on character, on living ethically and meaningfully, provides a refreshing counterpoint, a reminder that true happiness is found not in what we acquire, but in who we become. Zeno, Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, these Stoic thinkers, separated from us by vast stretches of time, could scarcely have imagined the world we inhabit today. A world of instant communication, global interconnectedness, technological marvels that blur the lines between science fiction and reality. Yet despite the dramatic transformations that have reshaped our world, the human condition, with its joys and sorrows, its triumphs and setbacks, its enduring search for meaning and purpose remains remarkably familiar. We face challenges our ancestors could never have envisioned, anxieties amplified by the relentless pace of modern life, a sense of isolation exacerbated by the very technologies designed to connect us. And yet, amidst these complexities, the Stoic message of resilience, self-mastery, and living in accordance with nature finds fertile ground, its teachings as relevant today as they were centuries ago. Stoicism, far from being a relic of a bygone era, is a living philosophy, its principles adaptable to the ever-evolving challenges of the human experience. Its teachings, when embraced with an open mind and a willingness to engage in the hard work of self-reflection and practice, offer a powerful toolkit for navigating the complexities of our time, for cultivating greater resilience, purpose, and inner peace amidst the demands of 21st century life. Stoicism at its heart is not about becoming unbreakable, about transforming ourselves into impervious statues immune to the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Such a pursuit, the Stoics understood, would be both futile and inhuman. We are, after all, emotional beings wired to experience the full spectrum of human experience, joy and sorrow, love and loss, hope and despair. To deny these emotions, to attempt to suppress them beneath a veneer of Stoic indifference, is to deny a fundamental part of what it means to be human. True Stoicism, as embodied by its most ardent practitioners, is not about eradicating our emotions, but about mastering them. It is about cultivating a relationship with our inner world, characterized by wisdom, self-awareness, and an ability to choose our responses rather than being ruled by them. It is about recognizing that within each of us lies an unbreakable spirit, a capacity for resilience, growth, and transformation that cannot be extinguished by external events, however challenging or unexpected they may be. Stoicism, in its essence, is a philosophy of hope, a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit. It reminds us that even amidst the storms of life, we possess the inner resources to weather the challenges, to emerge from adversity stronger, wiser, and more deeply connected to our shared humanity. It is a call to action, an invitation to live each day with purpose, to embrace the totality of our experience, and to strive to make a positive impact on the world around us. The flame of Stoicism, passed down through generations, continues to burn brightly, offering light, warmth, and guidance to those seeking to navigate the complexities of life with courage, wisdom, and an unyielding belief in the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting of obstacles.
The gods are waiting.